can you explain the Langer story to him?
The who?
So our coach, our Aussie coach.
So
Justin
I know
Langer.
he quit.
Yeah.
Quit?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened was he had been coaching for about 4 years. So he took over Darren Lehman,
Yeah.
who was the previous coach.
Yeah.
And what happened was very successful stint as a coach.
Yeah.
There were moments where he blew up and he kind of, there were times like as anyone would as a coach or as a boss would blow up at their colleagues or like at their, the juniors, whatever. Blow up about a couple of things. And the documentary was kind of like a tell-all.
They did a documentary called The Test.
Okay.
Basically from the sandpaper scandal and how we went to play that next test. Probably the best sports documentary I've seen.
Really? On
I would
on what,
even
KO or Netflix
It's
or?
on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
I even rate it more than the MJ documentary they did.
Yeah.
Really?
And that one's really good.
That was really good.
This one's better. I've never seen any documentary film crew get that much detail.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Okay.
I know you're not into cricket. Watch this doco.
Really? Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah, so,
Anyway.
it takes him through a very rough period. So we get done with the
Hardest
sandpaper
period
scandal.
Yeah.
We lose our captain, Smith Warner, and at the time, Bancroft as well. It was a regular 11 for the Aussies. So we go through a very tough time. He pulls us through. And look at the last few years. We won World Cups. We won Ashes. We won many tests. We would go to all over the world. We're carving up. And just the most recent Ashes, we won 4-0.
Yeah.
Couldn't sweep them, unfortunately, but we won 4-0. Anyway,
Unbelievable series, that
it was a
one.
great series.
Killed it.
Great series. So they know that his contract is up. And they know that, all right, let's see what we can do. But because there had been a couple of people who were sooks in the club that kind of had a bit of a rift within the team, they were like, we're not so supportive. Now, this was Pat Cummins' first real test as a captain to really kind of shine and say, all right, how do we go from here? Because this guy, mate, we went through garbage and he took us to where we are. We're number one in the world.
So the majority of the players wanted to play for him?
Yeah, a lot of them wanted to play for him. There were a couple that didn't. So Cricket Australia come to sit down with him. After acknowledging what we've just spoken about, everything they had done in the last 3 to 4 years, they go, all right, we'll offer you a 12-month contract extension.
12 months.
So in that time, it would cover the Pakistan tests over in Pakistan when they leave in about a month or so, and it will cover the World Cup, T20 World Cup, and then we'll revisit.
Yeah.
As well as, on top of that, Langer knocked back a lot of kickbacks
Yes, I heard about that.
because obviously during the time of COVID, he didn't feel like he should be earning extra dollars while
people
majority of
lose
Australia
their jobs.
are losing their jobs.
It's very selfless. It's nice.
Very selfless.
Yeah.
It's huge because how often are you going to get kickbacks like that
and not
for the
many people
successes
do
that.
that.
He's done?
Yeah.
So already he's been offered kickbacks for things he's done, which goes to show the amount of success that he's had within the organisation.
Yeah.
And they go, we'll give you a short-term contract.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, like if I'm looking at what he's done,
Yeah. You're going 3 years.
you're going 3 years minimum, at least 3 years.
But it's not just that. Like, cricket is it's so different to NRL as well in the fact that you're traveling worldwide. Like, you're not just planning for an Ashes series, which is every 2. Like, you're planning for every single series that you've got coming up. There's a lot in that 1 year.
So he's the one-day coach, a test
yeah,
coach,
so he
the
takes over, he's
2020.
coaching everything. Yeah,
He's
Oh,
coaching
yeah.
everything. So to say, you're just going to coach for 1 year.
you're going to coach for 1 year,
Like,
which will cover the Pakistan tour and the World Cup.
That's almost an insult, really.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
spit
it's
in the
like,
face.
Yeah.
On top of all that, his family live in Western Australia.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but their COVID
Yeah. So he probably hasn't been there for
hasn't
a
seen
while.
them for 4 or 5 months. On top of all that, so knocked back kickbacks, hasn't seen his family, has done everything to get the show to where they are, number one in the world, and the board go, we'll give you a 12-month extension, and it's like a short-term deal. He was looking for something
As
longer
well.
term.
Wow.
Pat Cummins didn't clarify anything. In fact, he kind of just said, we'll just see what happens, knowing that he thought it was time to move on, which I think was really poor.
But he was interviewed a few times and asked the question, do you want
Yeah.
Langer to re-sign? And I don't think he could get... He
He
said
couldn't
he
get
loved work playing under him, loved him as a bloke, but every time they asked him the question,
Should he stay on?
do you want him to re-sign? He'd be like, I don't want to get... I don't want to get into that conversation.
Because it's
Yeah.
it's a no.
Yeah.
So
Which is so poor from our captain, man.
it's poor from our captain. It's also poor from our board. Like
Yeah,
how?
100%.
Imagine being number one in the world and then we're saying, we give you a 12-month extension. Like it's poor.
I'm
so now,
Sorry. I'm seeing comments online saying, I hope he takes an England contract and just smashes us. And honestly, as hard as that is to say, it'd be good to see him do something like that.
yeah, because England.
He's loved it, eh? Like, I mean, it's... I did see some comments in the newspaper and that a lot of people, even like, how they, like the newspaper articles will, or online articles will show snippets from like Twitter and, I don't know, I guess Facebook comments. And a lot of people were actually making comments about how poor it was.
Yeah.
That a successful coach, like a coach who's brought them out of, they were down here, they've come and won a couple of the Ashes and the I think their first 2020 wasn't it? Yeah, the World Cup. That they'd actually let him go. And so, like, he actually had the support of the Australian public as well.
Yeah. Because they all loved him. They saw what he did, what he had done as a coach, and they go, well, why would we replace him?
Yeah.
Like, what? There's no point in doing that. Why fix what's working? Like, don't break it if you don't fix it.
Especially